Good morning, Colts Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast, brought to you exclusively by the Lounge Room Network. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts. I'm your host, Stephen Burton. And on today's little edition, we got to hit the hot topic, you guys. We got to talk about the fact Carson's back. Carson's looked great. As of the recording of this, Carson has played in 3 consecutive practices, 7-on-7 drills, all that great stuff. He's done all of it. So we got to delve a little bit into this. As the title of this says, Carson Wentz, week 1 starter. I mean, who knows? Is he? You know? So as far as what we know is that Carson had the surgery 3 weeks to the day. Carson came back. We know that he was taking some throwing sessions. He was doing a little bit of stuff here and there. He was practicing a little bit here and there, mainly doing walkthroughs, nothing too strenuous at the time. And then it kind of was time to ramp up the rehab. It was time to see where he actually is in his rehab process. Okay. That came Monday. And we've all seen the videos by this point. But at the same time, what's the harm? Why not show them again to you guys? I always joke and say that we don't own any of these. These are bookmarked tweets that we like to pull up. I mean, Carson, everyone has seen this video by now of Carson looking just great. Just look at the deep cuts, the hard cuts. I mean, it's kind of insane. Shout out to Lawrence and Bring the Juice, Kevin Bowen, Stephen Holder, Zach Kiefer, courtesy for these videos, the Indianapolis Colts. We want to make sure we give credit, but he's looked really good. His first practice back. That's this video. This video is first practice back, you guys. I mean, he looked really good. I mean, really, really good. Did not look like a guy who had 3 weeks of 3 weeks off, 3 weeks out from a surgery. Here's him looking mid-season form again. Another video. Shout out to I think this one is Colts Militia. Oh, PFF, Pro Football Focus. Definitely a huge shout out to Pro Football Focus for this one. I mean, looking really good, really strong, looking like he's ready to go. And I mean, and then everyone at this point has definitely seen this Colts Militia. Bring the Juice post of this. This is the 64-yard bomb from Carson and 7-on-7 to T.Y. Hilton. I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful. It is. So the question comes is he ready? Right? Is he ready to play? Do we think there's enough time between now and then? You guys know how I have felt this entire time. I have felt that once we heard Frank Wright say the surgery had gone really well, that they didn't find any other issues inside the foot, that he was bouncing back. He looked good. He looked like he was going along in his rehab process, that he was going to start. I felt like he was going to start. Maybe at most, maybe miss 1 game. Possibly the most would be 2. Okay. That's changed since seeing him. He doesn't look like he has an issue. I mean, some of the great things that I've read. I mean, our buddy, friend of the show, George Bremer, he put a tweet out that Wentz was 23 for 30 overall. He underthrew a deep ball to Zach Pascal that was intercepted by Blackman. It's the second pick that he had that day. Overall, he dominated in the red zone drills. He looked great. I think he threw touchdowns to Strawn, to Hilton, to Pascal. I mean, anybody who he could throw him to, he threw him to. He's looked great. I mean, he has looked. I mean, here you go. Just today, he opened up 10 of 15 and 7-on-7 drills. I mean, he has thrown 4 picks in 3 days. He's knocking some of that rust off. But I mean, he's looked really good. The offense it's clicking. It's moving much faster with him on it. He understands it. It looks like a legitimate offense from now on. He's looked great. So the question is, Carson with 2 weeks, let's say maximum 2 weeks of practice, does he give you a better chance against Seattle than Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger? I mean, yes. I mean, yes. But does a is there a chance he plays hurt? To listen to Jim Irsay and Frank Reich, they have both said no, that's not an option. To listen to Carson, he says he's going to heed the advice. But there is a difference between hurt and injured, you guys. There's a big difference between hurt and injured. Hurt is something you can play through. Is he sore? Is there soreness in the foot? Is it going to be a pain threshold thing? That's what I do think it's going to be. So I do think he's going to play. A very interesting fact was in the media availability today for Coach Wright, he had to point out that he was not going to be playing Carson in the preseason finale on Friday. Just the fact alone, one, he had to point it out, and two, he acknowledged that it entered his head, that it had crossed his mind, but he decided not to do that. Jacob's going to get the start. Tells you where Carson is at in this rehab process. So I've kind of all along, I have felt that he's going to be week one starter. There's been nothing to deter me. You know, you listen to a Dan Orlovsky on ESPN or a Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports, and you hear them say, you know, it's not the first day of practice that he had where he was making those deep cuts and he was really putting pressure on the foot. It's the second day. Did he take a rest day? No, he's back out and he's flinging the ball again. Throwing that pill, as Pat McAfee likes to say. What about, did he take a rest on the third day? No. He's back out there again today on the third day. Now, here's a little hitch that we don't know. Training camp's over today. Media availability becomes very limited when it comes to team drills. We've not seen him in team drills yet. We've seen him in 7-on-7. We've seen the individual drills. He's looked great. We're not going to get to see much. We're going to see what the Colts allow us to see at this point. So, how does he look over the next few weeks? I still find it hard to believe that he's not going to start week one. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's responded so well to the rehab. He's responded so well. And y'all, like, he's looked rusty with the interceptions, but he's looked really, really good in regards to how he's played overall in practice. You know, he doesn't look like, he's not limping. He's not kind of pulling up. He's still flinging the ball. I mean, I think Kevin Bowen said in his podcast, Kevin's Corner, which is awesome, is if you were to compare arm strength too between him and Eason has the more just pure speed fastball, but Wentz has the more pure speed fastball that can actually get to where it's supposed to go. So in the end, for me, I think he plays. I think he plays week one. I think he looks good. I actually think that we might get the W against Seattle at home to open the year for the first time in a very long time. But I also think he even like a 95% Carson Wentz gives you a better opportunity than Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger. I do think that they're not going to go out and get somebody. I think they're okay with those guys as their backups. Spoiler alert, we're going to give you guys our 53-man roster, our final 53 this weekend. And so you guys are going to get to see that, which is going to be really cool. And we may or may not have some cool little twist in there when it comes to the quarterbacks. But overall, kind of what I wanted to come out is, we've all seen the videos. I wanted to show you guys those videos. Shout out to the people, you know, Bring the Juice, Kevin Bowen, Stephen Holder, all those guys for the videos that I was able to put up on here for the visual people. Secondly, I wanted to just tell everyone that's my opinion. That's what I think. I don't have inside sources. Me and Zach don't have inside sources, but I do think he's gonna start week one. So really quickly, got to always give the plea, you guys, like always, please rate, review, subscribe, share. Predominantly, we want you guys to subscribe, comment on these videos, go over to our YouTube channel. It's growing. You know, we're very proud of the 302 subscribers we have. Our goal by the next live stream has always been that we want to be around 350. We want to keep adding. We want to keep growing. You know, as Zach says, join the No Horsing Around family. We love you guys. We give away free swag. We give away free tickets. We do things as much as we can. We want you guys, and, you know, always in that top left corner, there's Big Q staring at you saying, you know, teabag that subscribe button, Big Q style. I want you guys to do that too. And then just here at the end too, you know, we're going to give a little bit of shout out to our sponsors. As always, One Call Technology, a leading telecommunication provider in the Middle Tennessee area. If you think you're paying too much for your phones, give them a shout and they'll take care of you. You know, as always, there's the number. Please contact 1-888-585-8850 or go to onecalltech.com. Another one that we're really proud of is we have Fanatics. You guys can get some really cool swag there. And our newest sponsor, Bet Odds Sportsbook, will have a promo code for you guys very shortly. I got nothing else. Carson's going to start week 1. That's it. I love you. I know Zach loves you. I'm out.